Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the Den of Tools. And today we are talking security cameras here, the best ones for your home and your shop. Keep your tools and your cubbling safe. Let's take a look at what we got. Now, so a quick backstory. I've been working with and covering security cameras for a long time, both personally and professionally. Back in the days, roll your own IP-based cameras running to a NAS box kind of stuff. In fact, I'm pretty sure at home I had this same Synology box. Did a system very much like that, all the way to not too long ago. Lorex sent us this. This is a $2,500 color night vision. They had partnered or bought FLIR, and they were trying to, show off all the stuff that FLIR could do with their camera systems. This is the traditional, there's a box, cables run power and IP to all the different cameras, and it stores it all in the box and stuff. And yes, there's an app. It's really kind of cumbersome. The box itself is loud. It sounds like a server. It's not something you want to have in the living room. You need to stick this off somewhere else. The whole thing gets to be a bit cumbersome, not to mention the price. And then the opposite side of that spectrum is the Remo camera we reviewed recently. You put 3 D-cell batteries in it, clip it over your door, pair it to your phone, and you're good to go. And yes, we have been using this. That said, the quality on the picture is just so-so. It's often very grainy. It's a decent setup. If you want something that is as simple as possible, that's the one to go with. And again, it's also portable, so you could take it with you, put it over your hotel door or something like that. But really, the whole kind of home security camera thing changed about a handful of years or so back when Nest came out. Nest came out and said, we're going to provide, at the time was a relatively inexpensive Wi-Fi based camera. All you had to do was plug it into power, no other cable running back to a big box, and it's going to stream all of the data through your Wi-Fi up to the cloud where you can see it on your phone, you can access it anywhere, you can download all sorts of great stuff. The downside of this and why companies like to sell it to you is because you require a subscription for this kind of camera. Now, we're going to be showing you options of ones that require subscription, ones that don't require a subscription. They all have it, but on some of them, you don't need to go that option. We're going to talk more about that as we go. So this is kind of like the main one, the Nest camera. Now, this is an indoor. We're going to be looking at all indoor cameras at this point. There's going to be a whole bunch of they all have outdoor options, but I'll tell you what, the outdoor options become kind of a rabbit hole. There's so many different variations on them. So we're going to save those for a separate video. Let me know down in the comments, what's the style of camera you're most looking for? What are you most interested in? And we'll carry this conversation forward talking about those. So anyway, here's the Nest camera, $130 for one camera, and you get 24/7 live video night vision, but you do have to pay the subscription for that. Now, also, I should point out that this does work with She Who Shall Not Be Named. Hey, you, show me the front door, and she will show you on a smart device, what the front door is. We have one of those. We have the Fire Cube that's hooked up to our TV, and you can do that sort of thing with that. Now, a big competitor to that, of course, is the Blink camera. Why is it such a big competitor? Well, Blink is an Amazon company. This is Amazon's answer to the Google's Nest. Google bought Nest, turned it, and they nestified everything in their smart stuff, trying to keep up with She Who Shall Not Be Named, ALEXA. I don't want to set off all your devices, so I'm trying to be covert about it. Anyway, I got this when it first came out. Look at this, $35, way cheaper than the Nest, on sale right now for $19.99. Yes, I am going to have links to everything down below if you're interested in buying it. And yes, there are affiliate links. It does help, with the channel and whatnot. But, if you don't like the affiliate links, go ahead and Google it yourself and use your own link, and then you don't have to kick anything over to us. That said, I was not thoroughly impressed by this camera. It's a decent. It does what it does. It's super cheap. The build quality is fairly cheap, but it's not a bad camera, especially at $20. $20, you can sprinkle them all over the home. And of course, you can do the, show me the living room kind of thing. And it's got two-way audio. Most of these, in fact, I think all of these have two-way audio. You can talk to somebody there. You can talk back to them. I love to mess with the kids doing stuff like that. Motion detection. It uses a smart software kind of thing where it compares the image, and if the image changes, it's not like it's using IR or radar to sense somebody. It doesn't have any additional sensors. Unlike the The Remo, which does have additional sensors, literally has radar to detect that kind of stuff. Anyway, this is your basic system. It connects to an app. It works with She Who Shall Not Be Named, does all that. $20, that's really hard to beat at that price. But again, you got to have the subscription. That's why they can sell you that. It's the razor blade model. All right. Then we got Ring. Ring is the company that got famous by basically creating the smart doorbell. And that's the one that's the doorbell. It's got a camera. Somebody rings the doorbell. You can answer your door on your phone, whether you're in the house or somewhere else, tell somebody where to leave the package, all that kind of stuff. Well, they've then expanded that into camera systems. This is their version of the plug-in Wi-Fi based camera. It's at $100. They do make a cheaper, smaller version of this. I have not seen it. I don't know what the video quality is like. Again, with all of these, you're looking at 1080p HD quality. That's going to allow you to see someone's face. In fact, I'm going to demo the one I have here at the end of the video if you want to stick around and see that. It's not going to be a full review, just kind of showing you what it's like to own one of these cameras. If you want to see someone's license plate from, say, like 60 or 80 yards, you're going to need a 4K camera. None of these are going to do that. They're just for basically, seeing what's going on and IDing somebody if they get close enough. The Arlo got famous for making cameras that took rechargeable battery packs. I had one of these. I bought one of their first systems and used it at our house in California. When we were selling the house, I bought it and installed it as a way to help, sell the house. Of course, I sold the house sight unseen to some family from China, so that was a waste of money, but we got full asking price, so I'm not upset. Anyway, $100 on this one, and I don't know if I called out the price on this. It's $100 also on the Ring. $100 on this. Arlo are some really well-made systems, I will say this. They're very solid. The interface is really good, but again, these are all, and the Ring included, you have to have a subscription system. If you don't have the subscription system, you're not going to get anything out of this. You can set up multiple systems. You can secure your own privacy. It's got a little guard that goes over the camera, because you can put a camera in your house, but now you're worried about your camera getting hacked and someone seeing what you're doing. Yeah, just set a book in front of it. You'll be fine. Two-way audio, again, just like everything else, easy setup. I really like the setup on some of these. A lot of it, what it is you start the app and it puts a barcode on your screen. You show your phone to the camera goes, oh, I know how to read that. And that basically it takes all the Wi-Fi information from your phone, puts it into that barcode, and that's how it programs the camera to get on your Wi-Fi system. It's stupidly simple these days to set these things up, and that's why they're becoming so popular and why people are willing to pay those subscription plans. I have to say, I do like the Arlo system. I will say that it is, the prices have gotten better. I will say that. One of the things I was down about was I was coming from a world of roll your own. I had full control over it. So I was kind of iffy on it when it first came out, but I guess compared to the systems that are out now, it's not too shabby. YeYi. YeYi is a camera system I've been talking about for a long time. You guys have been talking about it. Every time we talk security systems, somebody has to chime up and go, what about YeYi? YeYi got started by a bunch of guys who are like, these other systems are way too expensive for what you're getting. You need something that doesn't, that gets rid of all the frills and actually delivers to you what you want. This is the YeYi 3. It's their latest version, colored, night vision, wired. I don't know about color night vision, all right? It's not that color. So color night vision has to have some light, all right? You're not going to get full black, but they do have IR in it. You can see in full, in mostly full black. Wired 1080p, again, it's 1080p. This is what's really cool about this thing. It's $35.98. That's just the standard price on this thing. It has a magnetic base. The little camera comes up, pivots around, does all sorts of great stuff. You can put it in all sorts of different angles. It's an indoor-outdoor camera. The same camera can be both used indoors and outdoors. Color night vision, yeah, about that. Free 14-day rolling cloud storage. That's nice. But here's the thing with these. Most of these cameras, unless it says specifically that it records streaming, only records events where basically the smart senses of the camera go, something's happening, let me record this. And I've had instances where, I saw like a package was getting delivered. And when I looked at the recording of it, I only saw it after the guy was setting the package down. It didn't catch the person walking up to the door or something like that. So I'm not a huge fan of any system that's like, you can only record instances, because they can miss it. They're not always, smart devices aren't always the smartest devices. Yes, you can talk both ways on this. And yes, I have used this. I have this camera in the shop. Now, why did I choose to go with this? Well, A, I like the products they put out. They have decent support. They're good people. And on top of that, you can put a memory card in this camera. That's right. When you pull the little camera off the base, there's a little door under there. You can put a memory card in it. So you can record live streaming right to that memory card. Now, the downside of that is someone sees the camera, they get to it, they rip the camera off, they've just taken your memory with you. You still have the cloud version as well, but that's going to be an instance base rather than the live stream. But this is an option that the other ones previously don't give you, and the ones we're going to talk about after this do. All these other ones, they're going to give you more control. This is more of kind of a not quite DIY anymore, but it does put more of the control in your hands than just relying on a subscription. So you don't have to get the subscription with Wise. You can, but you don't have to. All right. And also this one does work with She Who Shall Not Be Named. I can say to my Fire TV brick at home, hey, show me the camera in the shop, and it will show me right then the camera in the shop. It's a lot of fun. We do it, just check on, see what's going on, make sure we turn off the lights, that sort of thing. And here's what the images look like if you download them. I should say the video, if you download it. This is full color, full, as much light as you can have. Let's start reducing some of the light. I'm gonna start turning off lights around the studio so you can see at different levels of lighting what you can see. Also, I'm going to show it to you on your phone as well, because that's the way you're 99% of the times you're going to be looking at it unless an incident happens. You're going to be looking at it on your phone. So this is what the app looks like. And I'll be honest, most of these apps, they look pretty much the same. They're all basically that same kind of setup there. So this is kind of getting into the color night vision aspect. Most phones at this point, or say most cameras at this point, would already be into night vision mode. Just also, if you do turn the phone sideways, you do get the full image, just so you know, because I know some of you are wondering, do I have to look at that tiny little image? Here we got even less light and less light. We're going to get it all the way down to there's no lights on anywhere in the shop. And then you can see that's at first, that's the true low color or low light color. And then we get into where the IR camera kicks in. It switches over to its complete night vision mode. Yes, there's dust modes. It's a drafty, dusty kind of place. What can you say? But as I said, at least here you can see about everything. Now there's me at 20 yards, not 20 feet, 20 yards away. Again, it's going to be hard to see somebody at that distance. As they get closer, yeah, you'll be able to recognize them. Anyway, that's $35.98. I can't recommend these guys enough. So I don't know how to pronounce this. Offie. I don't know. What a terrible name. Guys, companies, if you are a company from China and you're looking for a name, just email me reasonable rates and I will get you a name that does not make you sound like an idiot. Anyway, just so you know, as stupid as his name sounds, this is actually an Anker company. Anker is the company that is the premier when it comes to USB products. They make USB cables, they make power banks, they make all sorts of stuff. Fabulous company. We talked about between YeYi and Anker as being the two companies out there to go with, Anker being the premier. Of course, YeYi got kicked off of Amazon. This is Anker's security camera system. $39, $40. I have not tried this. In fact, I didn't find out about this until researching for this video. Check this out. This is, it's pretty much like everything else. You get a memory card slot right there, easy to access. It's got 2K resolution. Now, it's not 4K, but 2K is better than 1080p, so that's exciting. Pet detection with auto response. I could have so much fun with the dog with that. That would drive her nutty. Intelligently identifies humans. Now, I was like, oh, okay, it gets that it's a human. Now, if we can identify people, that would be pretty cool. It does connect with the Apple HomeKit. So if you're doing that, also works with Google Assistant. Not sure if it works with She Who Shall Not Be Named. Communicate from your camera. Yes, they can all do that kind of stuff. I will have to look into that one some more. In fact, I may actually order one of these. Let me add one to my cart. And no, I do not want the insurance on that. And I will go around and I'll give one of these a try. We'll put it up against the Wise and see how it goes. All right, YeYi. So YeYi kind of got started as a discount clone of the GoPro. That was where I saw them first, was they came out and were hailed as the cheap GoPro that you could get for like $100 that was almost as good as a GoPro. Well, now they're in the IP camera systems, and you're getting a 2-pack of them for $50. That's $25 a camera. They look pretty decent. You do have these, whoops, where'd it go? You do have memory storage on the camera up to 128 gigs. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty high storage. I know some of them are only 32, some are 64. They may have upgraded since then. Human detection, motion detection, baby crying detection. That's what a lot of people use these as baby monitors also. Protect your moments, store and record. Of course, they have a subscription plan, but you don't have to use the subscription plan to be part of, or to use it. That's one of the reasons why we're including these. Next up, we've got Casa. Now, Casa, as you can see next to it, is owned by TP-Link. TP-Link, if you remember, they're a budget competitor to like Linksys and Netgear. They've been in the home networking space for, wow, over a decade at this point. It's got to be. And they started off with cheap, relatively not bad stuff, and it's gotten actually quite a bit better since then, always on the budget end of kind of things, but they're actually getting quite good, considered some of the better Wi-Fi routers that you can buy. This is, I think, their first attempt at home security kind of stuff. Works with She Who Shall Not Be Named and Google Home. Can be used as a pet or baby monitor. All the kind of sensory kind of stuff. It's a nice looking little box there. Two-way talk, night vision, 1080p, all of that. Let's see what else we got on it. Live view, crystal. Again, because you've got the memory card in there, you don't have to pay for the subscription. Of course, it adds features to it, but you know, for those of you who are like me who don't like having yet another subscription, this could be a way to go. 130-degree field of view, up to 20 feet in night vision. Of course, it's got the app that comes with it. All of these are going to have an app that goes with it. I have not seen the quality of this thing, but having worked with so many products from TP-Link, in fact, I have Casa products myself here in the shop. I use Casa smart plugs for controlling my studio lights, so I can turn them on and off as needed based on the cameras that we're using or based on the projects that I'm working on. And it just makes it easier because a lot of the plugs are hard to get to. In fact, we usually use something like this with our Christmas tree every year because inevitably the plug that Christmas tree is used by is blocked by the Christmas tree. So $70 for that one, not the least expensive one out there, but a pretty decent company. Next up, we're going to go with apparently the white screen of nothingness. Now, the white screen of nothingness is actually really good. But, oh, here we go. Relink. I don't know what's going on with my system. But Relink, I have to include this because, well, they've sent me some cameras in the past. In fact, they just recently sent me this camera, and it's sitting on the table next to me. I've been playing around with it. It is a full 360 kind of, you know, the whole thing spins around. It pivots. Can all be controlled by your app, and it's got the solar panel that goes with it. So that's what's intriguing about it. But back to this. This is their indoor version. And again, you've got the 360 pivot on this. So this thing can turn around, it can tilt, you can use, and you use the phone app to move it around. So you can see all over with one of these. If you want some real like security camera, James Bond kind of footage, you can practically hear the motor and as it turns over and stuff. $50 on that. Plus you save an extra 10% when you apply the coupon. They're decent systems. They do take memory cards. You can put a memory card in them. They do have decent night vision kind of stuff. It says it's got 2K color on it. That would be something to see. I got to test this one. Of course, I don't know if it's the same optics as the outdoor. I'll let you know. We got a video on that one coming up shortly. I'm waiting for it to get super cold. I want to test it in sub 10-degree weather to really, before I put a stamp of approval on it. And it's only been in the teens here. So we're waiting this weekend. Hopefully it's going to drop into the cold, serious Montana kind of cold. But I will say this, it does have really good human, at least the software for this one, and I'm guessing it's the same software, has really good motion detection, really good tracking on individuals where it will track a person and say, hey, there's a person, they're moving, they're doing this. Now, granted, this outdoor one is not inexpensive. $289, but it's outdoor 360 with solar as opposed to your indoor version, which is currently $50 plus an extra 10% off. Now, here's the thing. Apparently, if you take your security cameras and you paint them orange, like Ring has, they're now job site security cameras. Look at that. They're now construction ready because you've painted them orange. I just had to include that because I thought it was pretty hilarious. And before I forget, for those of you who stayed through the whole video, we're going to be doing a Christmas giveaway live stream Sunday, December 19th, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. You'll have to adjust for your local time. It's going to be a 2-hour, so it might be 3-hour live. It could be 4, depending at this point. We've got so many companies that have signed on board. Oh my gosh, I can't even, I should have a list here for you, but like recently, just today, Klein Tools said that they want to be part of this. We've got Flex Tools are going to be part of it. Lowe's themselves, they're going to be part of it. Wright Tools, the ultimate top-end made in America tools, they're going to be part of it. I'm going to also be giving away some of my vintage hand tools that I found at auctions, local ranch auctions and stuff like that. We're going to throw some of that in there. Oh my gosh, the list is huge. Gear wrench is going to be part of it. Just tons. Olight. Oh my gosh, I should have my list here. I feel terrible. I don't have the full list. Oh, wait, here it is. So we got Harbor Freight, of course, is going to be part of it. Lippert's going to be giving away one of their Kurt, the trailer hitches. Work Pro is going to be there. Through Night, Ulsa Tools. Pit Boss, we're going to have some stuff from Pit Boss, Anycubic. Oh yeah, we're going to be giving away a 3D printer. Did I mention that? Flex we talked about. Liberton's going to be there. Kaizen Inserts, they're going to be having some stuff to give away. It's going to be all sorts of fun. Now, I am going to say, and I've said this before if you heard it, please don't post this to a bunch of message boards and stuff, because this is for the Den of Tools people. All right. This is for the tool bears out there. And I don't need all the people, all the freebie mongers from all over YouTube coming here going, I want a freebie. I'm never on the channel. I'm not a contributing member to the community, but give me something free. They show up. You know what they're like. Let's keep this to friends and family, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's all that Bear has for us, or has for you today. Don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash that subscribe, ring the bell on your way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.